Hello, thank you so much for taking part in our week of prayer and fasting here at Fort St. John Alliance Church. I just want to say that it really does matter. And as part of this week, today we want to focus on the fact that Jesus is sufficient for our community. You may ask, what do I mean by community? It really doesn't matter what definition of community you're thinking of. Jesus is sufficient for it. Whether it be the church community, whether it be the town you live in, or even just every person that you interact with, kind of your circle of influence, each of those communities, Jesus is sufficient for. He has placed you there for a reason. It's not an accident. Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts, humans plan their courses, but it is the Lord that establishes their steps." So often we think we have a plan and we're moving towards it, and then something comes along and just knocks us off course. And we might call it bad luck, fate, coincidence, all those sorts of things. And sometimes we're so stressed out trying to figure out what to do in those moments. But God isn't surprised. He isn't overwhelmed. He has a plan, and He knows exactly where you're going to end up. And as part of a community, it's really important that you understand that being part of a community is giving and taking. We all gain from being part of a community, but it requires all of us to give a little bit as well. And in the context of the church community, I recognize that God does so much more giving than each of us. We need to give Him the glory for that. But it also requires us to give as well. We need to be invested and serve each other in some sort of fashion. And I've noticed how self-deprecating we are as believers. We say things like, "Oh, that little thing that I did, oh, it doesn't matter, it was nothing." But nothing could be further from the truth. You see, those small things do matter. And the reason I say that is because I think sometimes we don't actually think that they have impact on the world around us. I want to remind you that when Jesus fed the 5,000, He just had one boy's lunch, one small offering given to Jesus, and look what He did with it. So it doesn't matter what the small thing you do is. Jesus can multiply that and turn it into something amazing. I find it kind of a little bit funny, a little bit ironic that I'm saying this in the middle of a week of prayer and fasting, because this is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. What you're doing, taking this time to pray and setting something aside because Jesus is more important to you than that thing, is an offering to God. And I truly believe He will do something special with it. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm praying for you. My prayer is that you would just continue to draw closer to God in this time. And just want to give you a few prayer points as we go into this for our community. I ask that you pray for unity and healed relationships, because just in this time there's been so much conflict and difference of opinion, and Jesus really wants to see that healed. Another thing I want you to pray for is pray that you would find the spot where you belong in the community, a place for you to serve and just feel really connected and truly be a contributing and receiving part of the community. And then the last thing I'm asking you to pray for today is that we would be able to be a light. Right? The Matthew chapter 5, 14 to 16 says, "You are the light of the world, a city built on a hill." Matthew 5:14-16 says, "You are a light of the world. A city built on a hill cannot be hid. No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under the bushel basket, but on the lampstand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven." That is my prayer for us, that we could be a light and it would bring glory to our Father in heaven. Blessings, guys.